So there was an article that came out that listed the 15 fastest growing retail brands so far in 2018. And the question is, do you own any of these 15 companies? Let's go through the list and let's find out. So before we get into it, you gotta understand that what we're talking about here is brand value. We're not necessarily talking about the stock price, we're not necessarily talking about the market cap of the company, it's just the value surrounding the brand and how much that has grown year over year. What this does do though is it gives us some insight as to what brands are being more recognized worldwide, and in turn this could kind of reflect what the stock price does over time. So if a brand is growing year over year but the stock price is still relatively flat, it might be a good investment to get into that stock before more people realize that this could be a good stock for the long term. So I was honestly surprised at this list looking at the top 15 here, and I'm sure that when I go through this with you guys, you're going to be just as surprised. So what we'll do is we'll work our way down from number 15 all the way down to number 1, and then just kind of wrap it up with some thoughts and kind of why this really is. So anyways, coming in at number 15, we have ICBC, which grew 45%. Now ICBC is actually an insurance company based out of British Columbia, Canada. They're a private company. You can't buy them on the stock market. So let's move on to number 14. Here we have Allianz, which grew 48% year over year. So these guys are actually a German company, and they're in the financial services space, and they're also considered a very blue chip company there in Germany and in Europe. If you're interested in learning more about this company or want to pick up shares on them, their ticker symbol is AZSEY. So number 13 actually came as a real shock to me. Like, I was surprised that this company was not closer down to number 1, and that company is Amazon. So according to this, Amazon grew 49% with their brand value year over year, and they're traded under ticker symbol AMZN. Not really going to get into it. Everyone knows what Amazon is. Everyone knows what Amazon does. So if you're interested, that's number 13. Number 12 is Adidas, which comes in at a 50% growth year over year for their brand. Now Adidas is a massive company as well. They compete with Nike, which recently had phenomenal numbers. And Adidas can be traded under the ticker symbol ADDYY if you're interested in that. You have to note that a lot of these companies are on the OTC, including this. Coming in at number 11 is PNGAY. Never heard of this company before, but they're a Chinese insurance company, and they have grown 51% with their brand value year over year. Now these guys are also on the OTC market if you're interested in picking up shares. Their ticker symbol is PNGAY. Okay, so now that we're getting to the top 10, let's kind of fly through this list here and just get through to the top 3 where we'll spend a little bit more time discussing. So number 10 here we have Adobe, which grew 53% in brand value, and they're under the ticker symbol ADBE. Number 9 is Dior with a 54% growth and traded under ticker symbol CHDRY. Number 8 is Tesla with a 60% growth, and they're of course traded under ticker symbol TSLA. Number 7 is one of my personal holdings, Tencent, traded under ticker symbol TCEHY, and they grew 65% year over year, which is absolutely incredible considering how massive this company is. Number 6 is Gucci with a 66% growth, but they're a private company, so you cannot currently invest in that company through the stock market. Number 5 is Netflix, one of the famous FANG stocks, and they grew a whopping 73%, which makes sense because they are pushing a lot of international rollout now. Number 4 is PayPal with the 85% growth and ticker symbol PYPL. And this came in as a little bit of a surprise to me because there's a lot of competition in this space. And I was surprised to see that PayPal actually made the top 5 here, which is good to see for a lot of shareholders that are bullish on PayPal out there. And now finally we're getting to the top 3 companies here. At number 3 we have MountI. So these guys actually are also a Chinese company, but they don't trade in the US, and they had a 89% growth year over year with their brand. And now finally the last 2, which I personally have a stake in both of these companies, and I was very pleasantly surprised to see these as the top 2. So coming in at number 2 is Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA, which had a 92% growth, and coming in at number 1 is JD.com with ticker symbol JD at a 94% growth. Both of these companies are really pushing their e-commerce play worldwide, which makes sense why their brand is getting more recognized worldwide. I absolutely love both of these companies. As you know, if you follow my channel, I love Chinese companies, especially Chinese companies that are in like the tech space or e-commerce space, because I believe that that segment's going to be exploding in the next few years. Now, what I also found really interesting in this list is that 5 out of these 15 companies were actually Chinese companies. So that kind of shows how much money these companies in China are putting into their brand to get their brand more known, not only in China, but worldwide as well. Now, like we said, I did not recognize a lot of these names on this list, but now that I have, I'm going to start researching these companies more, trying to figure out if these are actually good companies to look into, and how with this whole trade war talk, this might be a good opportunity to get some good entry points in these Chinese companies. So I'd be really curious to find out if you guys own any of these companies, especially the lesser known companies. Let me know in the comment section if you do, if you've considered them, why do you hold them. But either way guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to invest positively. I'll see you in the next one.